Good evening, Mr. Jones. This is Ms. McFadden. I'm calling to speak to you today in reference to an incident that has been brought to my attention. And I wanted to sit down and discuss with you this incident and to see where we can go as far as bringing a resolution to this. Currently, we have received a report stating that an incident occurred resulting in injuries to a guest who was present on the property at a wedding which was held on May the 15th of 2023. This wedding was for Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and the guest that was injured was the groom's mother. It's been brought to my attention that she was visually impaired, so she does meet the qualifications for being a disabled citizen. So accommodations should have been made for her. The problem that occurred was that the photographer on duty at the time of the incident had requested big barrels of hay and stacks of hay to be put in place for a backdrop for his photography and photos that would be taken at the wedding. However, employees are now instructing me that they had advised him that that would not be a good thing to do and that they should be moved. And he has refused to remove those haystacks. Needless to say, during the wedding, the groom's mother, she attempted to walk around and she stumbled and fell during the wedding, causing a big commotion, and she had to be transported from the scene and taken to the hospital. So I want to talk to you in depth about the issues we are having with the employees and the disputes and the complaints that are coming in about incidents and other incidents with the photographer at other events at the event center. We want to address these issues so that we can bring a resolution again, like I stated, and make sure that there are no problems down the line with the photographer as well as the other staff. We want to be able to make sure that everyone is met, as far as to their needs and their complaints are heard. So we want to make sure that we address this in detail. At this current time, what I have done is I've presented a few things for you to look at. One being the first issue that we have is that the groom's mother, being disabled, she falls under the category per the ADA, and that we have to make certain accommodations for anyone coming onto the premises that have any type of disability, whether it be a visual disability, a physical disability, a mental disability, or psychological disability. We do have to make those accommodations at the facility. At this present time, I want to be able to sit down with every employee involved, as well as the other employees who have complaints, and we want to address and have a staff meeting. I would like for you to be present because I would like for you to also address the staff at that present time to try to reassure everyone that you are there for them for support and that we are there to listen to them and to their issues and their complaints. I want to go ahead and I'm going to send you over a graph so that we can see the names of the employees that are all involved. And we want to be able to sit down with them one-on-one. I would like to call each of them into my office so that way I can address them and try to at least curtail a lot of the negativity that's going on right now. I want to also bring to your attention that unfortunately, we have been receiving some negative press because someone reported this to our local reporters and the local news stations who have now written an article in the newspaper about this incident itself. So we do want to try to rally in the troops and go ahead and get the negative press down to a minimum so we can rebuild and reboot and get ourselves back in a better light, because we want Thunder Farm and Brewery to be around a lot longer than it already has been. And we want to bring that positivity back to Thunder Farm and Brewery and the beautiful events that we're used to having. Now, at this current time, I want to recommend to you some things that we can do to get the ball rolling in the right direction. First off, I would like for us, whether it be you, myself, or the manager on duty, to at least reach out to the family and apologize to them. A lot of times if we apologize, that will try to nip some of it and get down the negativity, start the ball rolling. And once we apologize to them, that's like saying, hey, I hear you, I understand, and we want to make it right for anything that might have been caused, whether it be pain, whether it be emotional stress, because this was a day that they have been planning for a while, and for that to happen on their special day, it caused a bad light to be put out there. So we also may want to speak to the photographer and see if we can go through some of the photos, and we may want to offer them a package of their own photos that showed a better side of that day, to bring the negativity to a minimum and to bring some of the blessings back to that special day for them. Maybe that will at least get them to come in and sit down with us, and maybe they can see that, hey, Thunder Farm and Brewery is on board with making this right. I also want to recommend to you, you may want to reach out to our liability carrier to put them on notice of this event, just in case they want to seek some compensation for the medical injuries, the medical expenses, the medical expenses incurred, as well as for any type of pain and suffering they might have suffered from having their day tarnished on that day. But most of all, I definitely want to push for us to sit down with the employees. Let's try to bring some resolution so that we can build the morale back up with the employees and move forward with trying to get our staff reassured that we as a company support them, we're there for them, and we'll always make things happen for them. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to give me a call and we'll go over everything. And I'm going to send you over an email with some recommendations, and that way we can sit down and make everything happen. I appreciate your time and thank you so much.